Welcome everybody to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you would normally have at a bar. As always, we get our beer information from the Untappd app. That's Untappd. You can now follow the show on there at Drunk with Buds.
We have 4 new beers to try. They are from Weathered Souls Brewing Company, Cider Corp's Wiseacre Brewing Company, and Pfriem Family Brewers. We're going to talk pop culture. Beer Flights is back. Of course, we'll do Drunk Libs and Brews Trivia. Our guest today is Joe, Beer Facts Trivia Games author and writer. So let's get started.
Hey everybody, this is Beer Facts Joe, and I'm nuttier than a squirrel to be here today.
What's up, everybody? I am Tony Two Tones, the host for today. I'm feeling good. I'm here with my man Bruce, the Beer Bandit. Bruce, how are you?
I'm doing great too. I'm ready and rocking and rolling, as we know from the podcast.
That's a rocking and rolling. Speaking of that, Honer is not here today. He is on vacation with a couple friends, so we wish him the best. Hopefully, he's having an awesome time. I saw some pictures. He saw a moose in the wild, so that's good.
I hope he ran away because moose are angry.
But we are here with our guest, Beer Facts Joe. How are you, Joe?
Hey everybody, coming from New Jersey. I'm doing great today.
That's awesome. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into this first beer. It's called Darker the Berry by Weathered Souls Brewing Company. It's a sour, 6.5% ABV. It's got 321 check-ins for an average score of 3.93. Style guide says, blackberry kettle sour made with blackberry puree. So it should taste tart, fruity, sour, juicy, and light. Guys, go ahead, take a sip. Let me know.
Well, it's very foamy, and maybe we should turn this upside down because I got a little bit of chunks floating.
Oh shoot!
Nice. I like a solid haze. It's got a great color to it. Definitely darker berry.
Ooh.
And yeah, Roger on the head. There's a lot of foam over here.
I like the blackberry raspberry tartness. Ooh, I like that jaw buster.
I can smell it, and I can already smell the raspberry.
Yeah, it's tart, but I'm just a little confused now because the can says it's a 5.5 alcohol, but my Untappd says 6.5, so I'm just a little.
Oh, maybe it's a typo.
It might be. But
either case.
Either way, it's
my first taste is fruity, foamy, a little bit of floaties, but maybe that's because it's the kettle sour. You know, that's a smaller batch. Unpassioned, maybe it's unfiltered, but it is a jowl buster.
Yeah, that's good. That's tart. I really like that one.
Have you had your first thoughts on this yet, Joe?
I'm just getting through the foam. It's a Berliner sour ale. Sour ales are hit or miss. I could definitely drink this whole pint, enjoy it. 2 of these would probably be too much just because it's sour.
Yeah.
I think it would go great with something spicy if I had to pair it with a food. Strong smell. It's a great smell. I guess it's actually blackberry here, which darker the berry makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I could see like a hot 5-alarm chili going with this.
I feel like sours, and this is a medium to kind of high sour. When you drink a sour, spicy goes great because the spicy will clear the sour, and then the sour will clear the spicy for your palate.
Yeah. All right, Bruce, go ahead. Hit it.
Who? What?
When?
Where?
Why?
And how? Beer Flights, where we ask questions to our interviewee. Our interviewee today is Joe, Beer Facts Joe. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Yeah.
That's not one of the questions.
We're just rambling now.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can get this one right.
Right?
I did run a 5K this morning, and I love to drink a beer after exercise. It's just, the endorphins and the alcohol, hand in hand, go great.
All right, so who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, I guess, for everyone who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why I think Bruce and I connected to come on the show, I wrote a beer facts trivia game. It's 80 cards, 160 unique sides, covers 42 styles of beer, including the ones we're drinking today. Has IBU ratings, alcohol content, history of the beer, kind of which country probably originated out of. This is a Berliner, so we're kind of drinking something that's German influence. Most of the sour beers are. So that game's on Kickstarter right now, and I think any kind of beer guy out there would love it, and I think it pairs really well with this show too. But before that, so my history as a technical writer, I wrote software manuals for large corps, all Fortune 500s here in America. And everything I wrote was pretty much confidential tech guy stuff, kind of IT infrastructure. And so I've worked for Audible. If anybody likes books on tape,
Yeah.
We're on a podcast now, so I imagine there's an Audible following out there. Like Chase Bank, I've worked for Vanguard, here in Philadelphia, SEPTA's transportation department. I've worked for the Air Force, Department of Defense. I actually taught English for a little while. For 3.5 years, I taught at a community college locally. And it's just great to write something that I can share with my friends and family. And they kind of have a better idea of what my work life looks like too.
Right.
So, yep, I'm Joe, and I'm from New Jersey, and you can call me Beer Facts Joe if you'd like.
That's awesome. So, actually, yeah, what got you into doing the beer trivia then?
Yeah, I think all of us have a relationship with beer, certainly. My cousin started a brewery over here, and that kind of made me realize just how hip the scene was. And, I'm a little bit older. I've been in my career for about 10 years. Craft beer just kind of snuck up on me. I think you get older and you like kind of the finer things.
Right.
We all probably ended up at a brewery and kind of said, I don't know what any of these words mean. And it's a flashcard set, and I think anybody who's ever had that experience would really enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
I think we still do that from time to time because we always
Sure.
we always tell ourselves we're not experts. We just enthusiasts.
we're beer lovers, not experts.
We're beer drinkers, yes. So
Yeah.
some of these, if you listen to past episodes, we'll be like, I don't really know what that word means, and then we kind of have to go out and figure it out. And then, oh, okay, I get it now. I see what they're doing here.
There's so much to know. There's like 2,000 years of history, and it's more of an art than a science. And there's just so many artisans out there making beer right now. You can't know it all.
So, Joe, when did you start making this game? Like, has it been a long time coming, or?
Yeah, because I know. Yeah. I know that you got to do research to figure all this out. So yeah, like when did you start, and like how long did it take you to actually
get to the
it?
stage of
Kickstarter?
Kickstarter?
Stage of it, yeah.
Yeah, we're coming up on over a year and a half since like idea to implementation. I have the demo copy printed. Kickstarter it kind of confuses some people. For me, it's a pre-sale, and I already have the demo printed. I just got to send it to the printing press and give them the green light, and it's good to go. But so we're coming up on right around 16 months. I didn't work on it like every day during that 16-month period at all. Actually, like pen to paper, ideas in my head, research, graphic design, and writing. That was 3 months straight of 50-hour weeks solely dedicated to beer facts. Of course, I knew a lot of this beforehand, but to really hammer out the fine details, yeah, it was 3 months. It was every day, and it was actually right in the beginning of quarantine.
Okay.
So this was my quarantine project, and thank God for it.
Right, you said you had plenty of time then to figure that out.
Yeah. The whole world was going nuts, and we all had to stay inside. So I turned a negative into a positive, for sure.
Good.
Just so we can check in right now, since we're talking about the beer trivia game, just to add on to how far along in the Kickstarter are we? Are we at 100% completion? How much time is left?
Sure. So we got about 20 days left. I think maybe even 20 on the nose. It ends right around the end of October. Just this morning, I got big news actually. Just this morning, one of my old crypto buddies, part of the sale is NFTs, and they messaged me and they said, "Hey, what can you do?" And so I promised him 20 NFTs, which means I was only ever gonna make 20, so I'm probably gonna make 30 now. So I promised him 20 NFTs if he pledged to the Kickstarter, and he just doubled my funding. So I'm now sitting at about $4,000 out of $5,000 needed to give to the printing press. And yeah, so there's about 20 days left, and I'm about 80% funded. And that's gonna help me with the big down payment of the first run. First run's 1,000 copies, and yeah, get out there. It looks like it's gonna go. 20 days left, $1,000. I imagine it's gonna get the green light, and I'm really excited.
We're really excited because I'm one of those Kickstarter pledgers.
Oh, thank you.
So, where would you rather be stuck for 5 years? A deserted tropical island, or in India, but in a region where no one speaks or understands English?
Deserted tropical island, literally only me.
Yep.
Or India, where I don't know the language. India, no problem.
No. They don't even know your language.
Like you can't.
Like you speak nothing to them, and they understand nothing, and vice versa.
So you're pretty much alone when you're with people, I guess.
Yeah, I need people.
All right, India.
For how long? Is that forever?
5 years.
Yeah, I got to do people on that one.
I think I'd do the tropical island. I mean, I love people, but knowing that it has an expiration date, I can kick back for 5 years and relax.
Yeah, I don't know.
Great.
I'm torn. I don't know. I don't like a whole
You're
lot.
an Alaskan beer?
Yeah. I don't like a whole lot of people, but I don't know if I could be alone for 5 years with just by myself, I guess. I'd drive myself crazy.
Okay, so I guess you're not torn.
No. I guess it would be India. I'll just see people, but I don't have to talk to them, I guess. That works. That's the best of both worlds right there. So I'm sure we know the answer to this, but why craft beers or domestic? Like, which is your favorite to go to, I guess?
It just depends on the day. And how drunk I want to get, really. Let's be honest. Craft beer can kick your butt a little bit more than kind of the regular domestic lineups. My favorite domestic's probably Miller High Life, champagne and beers.
Okay.
Has been for a long time. But then if I'm just trying to have a light day and I want to drink like a session beer, my favorite session beer is still going to be Heineken Light. Heineken Light's like 3.5% alcohol, so you can drink them all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I really want to, if it's nighttime and I really want to I don't mind getting a little drunk that night. Yeah, it's going to be craft beer. I'm kind of a typical craft beer bro. I love IPAs. Really happy to see we have one on the lined up here.
Bruce just shook his head. Bruce hates IPAs.
I mean,
I've
come across, when they go into the double, the triple.
Yeah, doubles
then,
and triples are really
then
good.
I'm in. I'm not a big fan of the extra hop forward taste, so that's why most IPAs are to me. But I'm not a wuss. I will drink them.
Yeah, Roger. Same. Yeah, same on. That's how I feel about this sour almost right now. One of these I can enjoy.
Yeah.
But
another one is going to be a little too much for the throat, the acidic, and
yeah,
it's going to be a little too much.
Yeah.
There.
Do you happen to remember what your first beer was and how old you were?
Oh God, I'm sure it was a Budweiser. I'm sure I was about 6 years old. Yeah,
Nice.
That might be the earliest one yet.
Right. That's awesome.
So, Rolling Rocks too. You know that they used to have those ponies, like the little guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought, ponies were for little people, and I was a little person. So,
That's awesome.
All right, so the last question we have for you on Beer Flights is an interesting one. I've been watching Seinfeld lately because it's dropped on Netflix, and we came to the episode where Jerry tries to make the roommate switch. He's dating a girl, but all of a sudden he starts sparks fly with the girl's roommate. And the rest of the episode is how they tried to make the switch. Like, can it even be done? How would you make that switch? How would you go from dating one roommate to try to switch to the other?
So let me get the scenario. So I'm roommates with two women.
No, you're dating one girl who has a roommate, and you want to switch to the roommate who you're not dating. They're living together. You are outside.
Okay, so two girls live together. Okay, so I want to date a roommate. Ooh, I don't love. I know this is kind of around the question, and just by the way, everybody, I'm gonna rip a shot of rye whiskey right now. It's Stroudwater Distillery, Portland, Maine, rye whiskey. Got 90 proof. Cheers to you. Cheers to having me on the show, guys. And
Cheers.
I got the question. I'm coming back to it. Just to kind of go around the question, I really don't like kind of intermingling too much. My view is always there's plenty of fish in the sea. I don't need the drama. I would just, find another girl. But if I really had the hots for a roommate, how would I go about doing it? First off, I'd just start becoming a very much cold fish with the first roommate, and then just making sure every day we have is either at the apartment or just, hey, what's your friend doing this weekend? Maybe we should, have a third wheel. So I guess that would be an approach. Yeah.
Well, in the show, they thought they had the scenario down. He said that he went to what he was currently going to see if they could do a menage a trois. And they would go like he expected his current girlfriend to be like, what? No, blah, blah, and they break up. And then when she was retelling the story to her roommate, it's like, oh, he was interested in me. Oh, okay. And then wait a little bit of time and then ask her out. And then when she would go back to her roommate, it's like, it's okay. I go out. It's like, you can go out, that dirty guy. That's the way they thought I was going to go. Yeah. But what happened was the girl said, yeah, let's get into it. So they were both into it. And Jerry was like, I'm not an orgy guy. I have to wear orgy clothes and I have to be all this stuff. It didn't work out for him.
That's funny. So it backfired on him.
Yeah, it backfired. But to most people, that wouldn't be a backfire.
Right. That would be a forward fire for me.
Right? Yeah. Like, oh, shoot. Okay, cool. That's funny.
So what didn't
I'd be all about it. And that just goes to show you got to take a shot.
And you just did. And now we're going to take a shot on what we think of this beer. Two Tones, what do you think?
So yeah, we're gonna get into our final ratings right now. So we go off the Untappd system. So it's 0. Can you give it? Can you even go 0?
Yes, you can.
0 to 5 by quarters. So like 2.25 or 3.25 or so on and so on. So I like it. It's super tart. I know the past few episodes when we've had sours, I was complaining that they weren't
tart
enough. So I do really like this. That mouthfeel's still there. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.25. I really enjoyed this one.
Nice. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, it's more tart than sour, even, for sure. That's a great word for it. Definitely a berry beer. I like hazy. I like that this thing looks like a milkshake, and I like it. Could be a little more filling. It's tough to see the carbonation, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, it's still bubbling like crazy.
Same. Yeah, it's ripping, and I love bubbles. But just because it's a sour, I'm just not much of a sour guy, so I'm just going to give it a 3.
Okay.
How about you, Bruce?
At first I thought it was going to end up in the 4s. I mean, there was everything about it that I really liked. I love blackberries. I love the raspberry. I love the tartness and the jowls. I had to take a little away because it was very foamy, but I like the bubbles now, but I just didn't like pouring it and have to wait, pouring it and have to wait, pouring it and have to wait. And I'm not a big fan of the floaties at the bottom now that I'm down at the bottom. And every sip I had, I was like, oh, this is good. It's tart. And then I'm halfway through. It started to wear on me a little bit. Like, I know you guys said you want to have more 1 and 2, but there's plenty of sours I've had on this show and not on this show where I could drink a 4-pack of them. Yeah. And this definitely is not happening. So it's going to squeak outside of the 4s. I had to drop it down to 3.75. I still really like it. It's better than average in most of them. I think they just need to toy with it just a little bit. Maybe run it through a strainer. I don't think you can do much about the head because I think if you want those bubbles, which it's pouring up all the flavor and everything. You're gonna get that head, but it's still a very solid score.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good score. I usually think anything over 3.5 is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little shot break, and then we'll be back with beer number 2.
Darker the berry, sweeter the juice. I'm tipping it back and drinking it all gone. No longer rhyming, that's just my timing off.
All right.
Get on to Kickstarter, buy some things. Make sure you stop at Beer Facts Trivia thing. Yeah, this ran thing, things.
Things and things.
Beer back.
All right, that was Funky Hip Hop by Mocha, MOKKA / Old Jeans. No copyright music on YouTube. Welcome back. That first one was pretty good. I'm really excited for this one. Bruce, go ahead and tell us what we got.
Beer number 2. P.O.G. P.O.G. from Cider Corp. It's a cider, sweet, 7% ABV with no available IBUs. Cider Corp is a cidery. Of course they are. Out of Mesa, Arizona. It might be our first Arizona beer. There has been 862 check-ins for an average score of 3.91. It should taste fruity, sweet, tropical, tart, and apple. There isn't a style guide, so I like reading if someone has given a detailed message on Untappd. We got one here from Josh Z, who's from the Rocinante. So he's flying in space if you are an Expanse fan. Lighter flavor than I expected, given the color of the can, but nice light fruity hints on a light, slightly dry cider. Not watery to be clear. Quite nice. He gave it a 4.0. And he got it from Tavor, just like we did.
Nice. I thought you drove to Arizona to get it. Sorry.
No, I am the bandit. What is everyone's first thoughts?
I do taste, has that apple aftertaste that he mentioned.
Yeah,
It smells really good.
Today's definitely a fruity theme day. It says here, so there's fermented apple juice, passion fruit, orange, and guava. I couldn't quite put my finger on what I was tasting, but I think the fermented apple juice really kind of wins the flavor.
Yeah, it smells fantastic. Mouthfeel is very crisp. And then I get this sweet overload of the flavors that they're saying, the P.O.G. And then the wash at the end goes, I'm an apple. Hello, apple. Does anyone?
Yeah, absolutely. The crisp, this has got to be filtered with this much fruit. And I think that's kind of the crisp, adds the crisp flavor. Yeah, the hello, I'm an apple at the end, for sure.
So the can says, veteran owned, family operated.
You're going to read I was about to read it. Go ahead.
It's gluten-free, and it has no added sulfites, which is pretty cool. The Cider Corp is a veteran-owned and family-operated company built by brothers Jason Duran, Sergeant USMC, retired, and Josh Duran. What started as a hobby for just these two, after Jason sustained injuries while deployed, he is now Arizona's first fully dedicated cidery and tap room. So that's pretty cool.
That's crazy. That's to be the first cidery and tap room in Arizona, like in any state, I guess.
I don't even know if apples even grow in Arizona, so I'm like...
He just buys a can of Ocean Spray apple juice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to...
Now,
I was just kidding. I'm not talking bad about the company.
What about
That's
you
good.
on your flavors there? You never really gave your description.
It's got the apple aftertaste. It smells... As I told you, it smelled like apple, but if you... Like, your first initial, when it hits your nose, I think that's the guava I get, the smell. I'm not sure what I taste initially, but the aftertaste, like Joe was saying, is mostly just the apple juice.
Yeah, I think I can taste the passion fruit and the orange and guava in the beginning of the drink. It's the when you swallow when you leave that dry apple cider taste in there. But you do know what's never dry.
No, what? You got to tell me now.
Here we go.
What we think about pop culture.
Just pushing buttons over there. Pop culture with me, Two Tones. What's up?
So
So that 70s show is getting a sequel on Netflix. I can't think of their actor's name, but the mom and dad, Red and Kitty, are supposed to come back for the show. It's going to be based in the 90s.
So it's going to be called That 90s Show?
That 90s show.
There we go.
There we go. You think we're going to be seeing some guest appearances from like Kelso and everyone?
Oh, I'm sure. I would be... The only one who I don't know will be back would be Danny Masterson.
Okay.
They kind of canceled him after his...
I almost feel like the guy who plays Eric's not going to come back. I mean, he didn't even want to come back for that last season.
Him too.
And I think he thinks he's above.
I don't know why.
TV.
That was his best... That was his only role, I think.
I mean, he was Venom for like a second that everyone hated.
Yeah.
And he's been in some other things lately.
He's been in a couple things. I think he tried to break into movies, and it's just not happening for him.
Yeah.
He was. I guess he has kind of fuck you money. Like he just doesn't want to come back. And then I did watch that ranch show with Kelso and Hyde.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Hyde got canceled.
Yeah,
like you were saying.
that show wasn't the same once he left either. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good, but it was better with him on it, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, what you can do. But I'll give the 90s show a try for sure. It's crazy how old we are.
Right.
Gonna be.
As long as
that's
Does
really
that mean
what
that they're gonna recast Eric, and they're gonna be his family with his kids, or
I
are they
don't
gonna
know.
go with his sister?
her sister
right.
his sister would probably have a more interesting family dynamic because she was always the wild card,
But now she's gonna act like her mom.
she might
Or like her mom that she's now a mom?
The wino. Yeah, she might. I think it'll be better than that 80s show that they try to copy off that, just because you're bringing back the parents, I guess. So you're gonna have some of the same cast as a 70s show. So I feel like it'll probably be a little bit better. But
Now here's my off the wall pitch for this show. They probably have in store what they're gonna do, and we know that Kitty and Red are coming back. But why does it have to follow them? Why don't you get Wilmer Vanarama, and he's now the father, and he just happens to move next door. So Red and Kitty just come by because they know who he is. They're neighbors.
or did they? I didn't read the whole article. Are they the focal point of the show?
I just
or
know
are they
they're
just
in
gonna be
it. They're just in it.
So it could be.
So that's my pitch. You don't have to follow the Foremans.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring back Will?
Yeah.
And
I don't know if Red and Kitty could carry a show.
so
I
they
think
would just be
Red-
the funny neighbors now,
Yeah.
like the neighbors
Yeah,
were on the
exactly,
other
yeah.
one.
What was it, Bob?
Bob. And rest in peace, because Bob's wife, she died this year. The actress who played her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Those characters to me, like they could only be side casts.
Yeah,
Like I don't know that they could really. They don't have the comic kind of get me going to carry a show. I don't see it, but maybe. Who knows?
I don't know if they're carrying it. If they're not just like side characters like the neighbors, then I feel like this is going to be every like 5 episodes where Grandma and Grandpa come by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got potential. I'll definitely check it out. But we'll keep moving on. Dave Chappelle now has received more. I'm going to say more backlash over his new Netflix special. Apparently, he's anti-transgender.
Yeah,
And
and he made some homophobic jokes.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff like that.
and he made it on a special before, but then this one he kind of just doubled down on it. So
Yeah, so after the fact, someone brought it up to him. Was like, hey, you're doing these like bad, LGBTQ
Just
A plus
distasteful
jokes and stuff. And then he responded this is the doubling down part. He responded, well, then I guess I'm the
anti-trans
comedian.
Like, I get making the joke to see if it's gonna be funny or not, but if you start to get backlash and then you just said fuck it and do it again, that's kind of a dick move, especially with the way the world is now. Like, back then, I'm sure doubling down on it wouldn't have been a big deal back in early late 90s, but with the way society is today, it's kind of a dick move to double down on it. But he is who he is, so you can't really fault him for sticking to his guns. And
yeah. What do you weigh?
I'd have to hear the joke. I saw the headline. I guess it's on Netflix, right? And one of the Netflix showrunners quit over it because that person was transgender.
Wow.
And they kind of made a public statement that, like, I won't work for Netflix again because of this, what they're allowing. Which the showrunner had more power, but I don't know how much the statement is going to do. It made a headline.
Yeah.
I kind of give that person credit. I don't have a stance until I hear the joke. It's hard for me to picture a comedian that goes too far. Like, I was an Andrew Dice Clay fan. I understand.
They're from Jersey, so.
Yeah. You got to have a thick skin if you're from this part of the world. So I'd have to hear the joke. Comics can go too far. Occasionally, they do say something stupid. I've seen it happen, but I have a big limit for this kind of thing. So I can't really say for sure, but Dave Chappelle has a strong enough following that he kind of can just say, oh, well.
And that's what he based his whole career off of with the Chappelle Show and everything. He's being racial and he's making those jokes, and it's just funny. I don't know.
I mean, I'm a firm believer in the First Amendment, so he can say and do for what he wants. He just has to understand that you can say it, but if there's consequences, and he seems to be fine with any of those consequences, so that's fine. I stand with him. He can say what he wants. I also think you can choose your words better.
Yeah,
but you don't have to.
You don't have to, especially if you're a comedian. That's almost in your job titles to borderline offend people to make other people laugh, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a societal place where, everybody's so canceled that comedians can't offend people. Like you're saying, it's kind of the job.
Yeah.
You can't cross the line too much, but you got to find the line. And you got to flirt with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was flirting with the line or if he just blatantly crossed it. I'd have to kind of hear the joke. Let's not do that.
See, with me,
but I'm definitely pro LGBTQ, and I'm also, just on that topic, I'm pro bathroom. I just think the more bathrooms we have, the better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I fall on that line too.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I forget. So we'll move on. The new Resident Evil movie drops November 24th. I watched the trailer for it today, and it looks pretty good. I don't know if you see the trailer at all, Joe.
What movie? I'm sorry.
Resident Evil.
All right. So I'm definitely in my professional life. I work with computers. I'm definitely a tech nerd. Definitely a sci-fi nerd. Resident Evil that chain never caught me. I've seen a couple of those movies. I like a strong female lead in an action movie. It's definitely something I could sit through, but it was never anything that I chased. I haven't seen the trailer yet. What about it?
It looks fantastic for a reboot. I first, when I heard they were rebooting Resident Evil, I'm like, man, they've had 7 movies or 8 movies or whatever like that. I'm like, ugh. And I've liked the movies, but I've let them fall off. Like I used to watch them when they first came out.
Yeah.
And then as we got about halfway through, I was like, I'll get to it. And now it's like,
and the more they make, the less eager you are to go see them.
But from this trailer, I'm revitalized my interest in watching them again.
It's a lead actress as well, right? Another female lead.
Yep, she's playing.
She's going back to Raccoon City.
Yeah, it's almost like a prequel in a way. It's showing the origins of Umbrella in Raccoon City.
It's not the same woman.
No, it's not. It's not Alice or anything. They're dropping the whole Alice thing. I believe it's.
It's probably about time. You have to. It's been a long time. So
I believe it's the red coat girl from the game. I can't think of her name. It's not Jill. Jill was the cop.
The old lead.
Claire. It's Claire. Claire
The
and her
old
brother.
She was an attractive woman. I like the Underworld series too with Kate Beckinsale.
yeah.
Same kind of thing. Like a lot of action, a lot of tech, a lot of kind of mystical aspects to it, whether vampires or kind of zombies in Resident Evil. Those movies all get like I can sit down and watch any of those movies. Do I like run to the theater to go see them? Not necessarily.
Right.
Maybe if you watch this trailer, you might think the other.
Yeah, I will. I will check it out.
Yeah. So the next one, I don't know if I'm super duper interested in it. The Witcher 2, the teaser trailer came out. I watched the first season, but it was one of those like I had to watch slowly. I guess I watched an episode here and an episode there in order to get into it. It didn't grab my attention right away.
Yeah. So have you seen Witcher season 1, Joe?
I haven't. Aren't these both Resident Evil and Witcher? These are video games, though, right?
They did start as video games before they became TV and movies. Yes.
Gotcha.
And technically, The Witcher was a book first, a series of books before it became a video game. A Polish author book, not American.
Somebody is a pop trivia king over here. Huh?
That's Bruce. Bruce knows everything about everything. But he's also 192 years old. So.
Well, all right. So he's got a head start on this.
If not older.
So The Witcher stars Henry Cavill, who's Superman, but now he's playing a less like Superman. He's a monster hunter. From season 1, we determined that he has a destined to run across this young girl who has magical powers and try to train her. So season 2 picks up there. The trailer, he's talking to an old friend of his, and his friend is questioning if the life of what the Witcher does is the life that he should be giving this young girl.
Right.
So, Joe, you say you have no experience with the Witcher or anything at all?
I just know that it was a video game. I've been actually leaning towards video games lately. I'm a big Halo 5 guy. Anybody?
Yeah.
Or just Halo guy in general. New one, December, coming out, Halo Infinite. But now, I don't know Witcher too well.
Well, if you jump on Netflix, you can watch Witcher. It's pretty damn good, and the little song that the bard sings in the season 1 is very catchy.
Witcher 3, the video game, is better than the actual Witcher season 1 on Netflix. So if you get the video game,
true, but Witcher 3, they're not even 2 Witcher 3 in the TV show yet.
True.
All right.
But the TV show is way better than Witcher 1 video game and Witcher 2 video game. Those games were hard to get through.
I love that we're faced with video games where we really can compare them to TVs, TV shows.
Yeah.
Like the directing and the storylines getting there. Lately it's been Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
The video game, it came out and bombed because there were so many glitches, but they pretty much fixed it all, and I'm a big fan. I'm a graphic designer, and the graphics are just too hot to ignore.
Yeah.
I really like Cyberpunk. I fought through all the glitches, and I think I beat the main story before they patched everything. So I have been meaning to get back into it with everything being fixed, but I haven't made it that far yet.
Yeah, I just there's 3 storylines: a corporate one, and now I'm on the kind of the street rags one.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm just like Beer Facts. I come from technical writing, but I did all the graphic design on Beer Facts, and it's nothing like Cyberpunk 2077. So when I watch something like that, I'm just like, holy moly! It's amazing visuals.
Yeah, but we're gonna carry on to the next teaser trailer that came out for the HBO, the Game of Thrones. It was the House of the Dragon. Bruce, you want to elaborate on that?
Well, it says, how's everyone's Game of Thrones knowledge? Has anyone read the books, watched the TV shows?
I've only seen the show.
Joe?
I'm on season 4 of the show, and for years I couldn't get into it. The first episode is just a little slow. I've watched that first episode like 4 times, but now with quarantine, I finally got through it. literally for 10 years, I'm trying to get into this show. And yeah, it's living up to the hype. I'm on season 4, very addicting. I put it on in the background while I'm working. Yeah, the dragon. There's so many plot lines, so many A, B, C, D plot lines, and the dragon plot line's great. Again, strong female lead, and just dragons are cool, and those dragons don't disappoint.
Well, if you like dragons, that's House of the Dragon is the prequel series of Game of Thrones that happens. I don't know if it's hundreds of years or thousands of years before what we've already got to see. So it's like I don't know if it's the origin of the dragons coming to Westeros or like if they've been there for just a little bit, because there's pictures of the throne being there.
Yeah.
So like they've been there. But I don't know how recently it's been.
Right.
So it follows, the brothers and sisters, the House of the Dragon, the Targaryens. One of the leads is Matt Smith. He's best known from being a doctor on Doctor Who. And the politics of being in Westeros and having dragons and things like that. So we're going to get a nice prequel. You're going to get a lot more dragons because this is when they have had a lot of dragons all around. It's not like a rare thing. It's a super heavy amount. The teaser trailers out there on anywhere you can find things, trailer-wise. It's going to be on HBO Max. So we're going to get this next year. I'm pretty stoked about this. This is going to be all like, they have free reign kind of stuff. There's very little stuff that's like, there is certain things, but like, whereas with the first series,
You kind of tried to follow the
there's
novels.
novels. They made some changes once they got ahead of where he was writing and stuff like that. But here they have more free reign.
Yeah.
Luckily, hopefully they do things better than they did in the last season. So Game of Thrones last season, you could probably maybe just skip it. I don't know. I feel like you should watch everything just to be like, I got everything in, but I mean, if you didn't watch the last season, you'd probably feel better.
It was just rushed. The last season is rushed.
Yeah,
which
so
is disappointing.
certain character turns didn't make sense because it was rushed.
Certain scenes.
I remember how angry everybody was.
Yeah.
And I guess watching the show, we just said the character turns, they're brutal and they're tough. And if they don't make sense, people are going to be angry. I'm going to watch it all the way through for sure. I want to see what everybody's kind of mad about. But yeah, I'm right square halfway through it. Literally been watching the last 3 weeks, so it's great. It's a perfect mix of kind of mythical comes into it. They don't overdo it with the magic, but the kind of zombie creatures, the ice walkers and the dragons. Yeah, it's really well done. And I think it's probably true to war. Like, people are going to die. A lot of people die in that show.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we got for the pop culture. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our final ratings for this cider. Bruce, go ahead. What do you got? What do you final thoughts? Final ratings?
Very simple. I haven't had a better cider. I might be forgetting another cider that I've ranked higher, and I don't want to go back and look. I'm going to do ratings as I drink them.
Yes.
So I'm giving this a 4. Okay. This is the first cider that made me, at least what I think, feel like this could get even higher. Like I'm not a giant cider fan. I'm not anti-cider.
Right.
So like it being in the 4s is a special. I could drink if I'm going to sit down and this is the fall weather, leaves rustling and stuff, and it's time for me to pull out the ciders. I think I could drink a 4-pack of these and be happy.
Yeah, I think what this does is the other flavors, the guava and passion fruit, I think that kind of makes that taste a little bit better. So it's not a complete apple cider taste that you're getting that's going to sit there. It's it lingers a little bit. I really did enjoy this. Like I said, I don't know if it's the best cider I've had. I'd have to actually go back and look, but it's a solid 3.5. For my rating, yeah, I could probably kill a 4-pack of this and just keep on keeping on. So, Joe, how about you?
Yeah, as far as ciders go, it's great. Again, sours and ciders, I'm gonna have a problem with kind of 2 or 3 of them. It's probably one of the better ciders for sure that I've ever had. I can remember Woodchuck back in the day. Woodchuck was really popular around here for a while. It was right around the time of like Mike's Hard Lemonade
Yeah.
We're talking like a decade ago, but Woodchuck was really good. This is right up there with it. If you're going to go cider, probably go apple juice flavored. Exactly what this is. It's pretty sweet. The other sour is pretty sweet. I have a hard time with sweetness. 6.8% alcohol. So 4 of these would get me for sure. I'll give it. I like it better than the blackberry beer. I'll give it a 3.5.
Nice. I did go back and look it up, and I did have one cider that was higher, but I still thoroughly enjoy. I'm not going to change my things, but I've forgotten about that.
What did you rate?
It was the Finn Castle, the one from Kentucky, the Pivot Brewing cidery.
Yeah.
It is the one that has Batman and Wonder Woman on the cover. It's the one with my wife's episode. So it was I do remember that now, but this one's close. But yeah, that's 2 ciders in the forest, so that's really, really good.
My
favorite cider, El Chavo. I forgot.
El Chavo is a 3.75 for me. So
I forgot that's
a spicy cider. If you don't know, it's a mango habanero, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Can art goes a big way for me. So you're calling out Wonder Woman and Batman on the can art.
Yeah.
That one would probably win me over.
At least there's someone else out there who gives pluses on points to can art.
But
I do give scores for can art. If it's got on point can art, I'll give it a little bump. Speaking of a little bump, let's talk about our ad.
All right. So the Michiana Festival of Beers is an annual craft beer sampling event that focuses on local craft beer, with all profits going to local charities. The 2021 charity recipient is Resale to the Rescue, which is a upscale not-for-profit resale store that financially assists local animal welfare organizations. Their goal is to support these organizations and their mission to increase spay and neutering, increase adoption rates, and decrease shelter euthanasia. One of our friends, Ayla, who you can follow her on TikTok and all that stuff, and she's a funny lady. She'll be there with us. We will be there at the Four Winds Field, October 16th.
Yep. It's like 3 days from now.
3 to 5 or 1 to 3, 1 to 5. I'm not sure of the hours. What was it again?
It's 3 to 3. No, now you got me messed up.
3 to 5. 3 to 5. Saturday, October 16th, which is 3 days from now or 2 days from now when you listen. They're gonna have a bunch of food vendors, a bunch of breweries there you could try. Music. It's gonna be we're gonna be there. We're gonna hopefully do some recording with the local breweries. It's gonna be a great time. So,
Untappd tickets.
Untappd.
Michiana Festival of Beers.
Correct.
Nice.
We're gonna go ahead and take a nice little shot break, and then we'll be back with beer number 3.
All right. Music is
All right.
out.
All right, that was upbeat hip hop background music for videos. No copyright music on YouTube. Hell yeah, we just took a shot of tequila.
Woo, Terramana, baby.
We really didn't. I wish we had some to take a shot of. I do love me some Terramana tequila.
There you go.
But no, we are back with beer number 3. One of my favorite styles. So Bruce, hopefully you don't disappoint me.
Yeah. This is Ananda. It's from Wiseacre Brewing Company, and it's the IPA American, 6.2 ABV with 75 IBUs. Wiseacre Brewing is a Memphis, Tennessee beer. Our buddy, Jared Callen, director extraordinaire, sent us a bunch of beers to try on the show. Will be one of them. The style guy says, malted and flaked wheat are used to bring body to this classic ale. Downright wasteful amount of Cascade and Centennial hops are used to give this beer its aromas of grapefruit rind, mango, melon. Hoppy, pale, quaffable IPA. It should be hoppy, smooth, floral, light, and bitter. The average score is 3.65, 36,000 check-ins. We have 2 friends who've already checked this in. Ollie, of the show, friend of the show, is checked in at Ananda. He gave it a 3.5. And Kane Moyer, also a friend of the show, 3.25.
Nice. Yeah, it definitely has the hop, the bitter. I feel like this is what people who, when they first try an IPA, I feel like this is what they drink, and this is why they don't like IPAs. Because this is, I feel like, just like a base IPA. It's nothing too extravagant. So, but I do really like it because I like IPAs.
Well, that's interesting. Is it because I've had fruity sour and then super sweet that I can actually drink this? It's to me right now, it is light. It is easy to drink. I was worried with the 75 IBUs that it was going to be very hoppy.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Could it be that my mouth is now dead from the sour,
From all
the
the
sour
sour
and sweet? Maybe. But that's in Nanda's favor because that just means I'm going to rank this higher than I normally would. It smells pretty good. The mouthfeel is smooth. Almost, I would almost give it a creaminess. Like, I know it's not, but
Yeah.
it kind of hits that a little bit. And the back finish is definitely IPA, but not like IPA. It's his little brother, IPA.
Right. How about you, Joe? Are you as excited as Bruce seems to be about this IPA?
Yeah. So again, I'm an IPA guy. So we just drank serious blackberry beer sour, and then a lighter cider. It didn't kill me, but so fruit drinks aren't what I do. I'm a black coffee and pale ale kind of guy.
Yeah.
So this is great. You described it as like kind of a base IPA, and then Bruce, coming from a place where he doesn't necessarily love IPAs, kind of likes this one. This, I would think, kind of hits the standard profile of what an IPA should be. At the end, it falls a little flat for me because I like a hoppy fruity, not necessarily like a hoppy bitter. This is a little bit more hoppy bitter. But this is a great beer. I don't like the double and triple IPAs. I just like the regular IPAs. I like it when they hit the profile. 6.5% alcohol, 6.2% alcohol. That's exactly what I want. I want to drink 3. I want to feel good.
Yeah.
This is a great beer for me. This is exactly real base IPA. Kind of perfect profile. I wish it had a fruitier. Hops are related to cannabis, and that's how I like the finish. I like the finish to almost be a fruity. In marijuana world, you would describe it as kind of skunky almost, but it's like that fruity pungent.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing it's missing for me is like a lemony, fruity pungent at the end.
Yeah.
But I like bitter. The one thing I'll say, I think we threw out there that this was a 75 IBU. IPAs are generally from 50 to 100, so just kind of the back end of the scale, and they can be there's 7 different styles of IPAs listed by the Brewers Association, so they can be all over the place. They listed this as 75. I would actually put it probably like 80. It finishes bitter.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that about beers, and especially the ones that list the IBU on the can. IBU is really, we all kind of as tasters get to a similar place, but this one's probably more of an 80 for me.
Okay.
It's really kind of the lens of the drinker when it comes to IBU.
Yeah. We had a stout.
Okay.
We had a stout on the show that our other co-host swore it was a porter, but it's like, so I get what you're saying. Like, they list it as something, but you being the taster, you feel and you taste something else. So yeah, it's all I guess whoever the taster is.
Yeah, brewers often hate critics. And really, if you want to know what the beer is supposed to be, you can only, for me, the final answer comes from the brewer. But as a critic, I would disagree with the 75. I'd say it's a little bit more bitter than the 75.
It's time for Drunk Lips. Thank you, our good friends Fear the Sparrow, for that little intro music there for Drunk Libs. We're going to play Mad Libs, but drunk style. I'm going to ask for certain word types. I'm not going to read the actual sentences or anything.
Right.
We're going to go backwards and see what crazy concoction in our drunken stupor state have created. Are you ready, Joe?
I'm ready.
I need an adjective, guys. Give me your best adjective. Just throw them out there, Joe.
Thrilling.
Creamy. Moist.
Sickening.
Bright.
Smelly.
Bitter.
Yummy.
All right, I got one. All right, I chose a good one. I need a person on the podcast right now.
Beer. What? Beer
Facts
Fact Joe.
Joe.
Beer Fact Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I wanted to say facts, but I didn't know if it was facts or not. I've had a few. I've had a few beers.
Is this Drunk Lips for a reason? I need a verb ending in ing.
Yodeling.
Running.
Shrinking.
Swinging.
Burning.
All right, I got one. I need a place. A place.
Place.
It could be a country. It could be a state. It could be a city. I
The
don't
Grand, the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. Okay.
I'm with that. Grand
Oh,
Canyon.
he
Yes.
wants.
I agree there.
All right. All right. I need an animal, but it's plural. An animal that is plural.
Aliens. Are they animals?
Sure.
I think so, yeah.
But
Gorillas.
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 Okay. Anything else? We just got gorillas and aliens.
Dolphins. Snail. Snails
Geese.
is an animal.
The geese.
Geese.
Squirrels. I'm looking out the window right now to see what I can see.
Well, didn't we have is that a callback to something? Something about squirrels earlier?
I'm not even a squirrel of the year.
Yeah.
Squirrels it is.
That's why I said squirrel.
Yeah, a part of the body, plural. A part of the body, plural.
Toes, eyes, ears, knees.
Phalanges.
Phalanges.
Phalanges. Is that a reproductive order? What is it?
Nipples.
Kidneys.
Elbows.
All right, I need an adjective.
Any adjective. Red, purple, green.
Spiky. Ugly.
Spicy.
Rude. Coward. No. Bizarre.
Happy. Is that a
All right, I got. So I need a number.
7?
75. Is that the IB?
22.
Okay, I need a noun.
Table, chair, beer, lamp. I love lamp. Watch.
You got,
No, he said,
really? You can't give me any nouns?
I can, but he said a lot. Let's go with one of his.
Okay. Part of the body, plural.
Lungs, nipples,
Testes.
testes, eyes, ears,
Plural noun.
Boats. Boats and hose. Hose.
boats and hose.
Yeah.
Adverb.
That's L-Y, right?
Yeah, early.
Quickly.
Carefully.
Smelly.
Sloppily.
Sloppily.
Weird
Type of building.
Skyscraper. Apartment.
I live in a Cape Cod. That's a thing. 2-story. Residential, commercial.
All right. Another adjective.
Awesome. Wacky. Dreadful.
Pretty. Beautiful. Crazy.
Verb.
Sweat.
Run, jump, leap,
Shave.
kill,
Bite.
stab.
I need just a straight. It's actually asking for the silliest word you know. A silly word.
Ooh. Mississippi, I think, is just a silly word.
Holy moly. That's a saying, isn't it?
Giraffe. Giraffe's a silly word.
Adjective.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah,
Oh, we're past
hippopotamus.
that now. Adjectives.
Adjective.
Adjective.
Ugly.
Tall, dark, handsome.
Stormy. Windy.
And finally, I need a verb ending in ing.
Boiling. Giggling.
Harpooning, laughing.
Shrieking. Streaking.
Okay, we got our Mad Lib,
Drinking.
everybody. So sit back, sit tight, and get ready for
What's
this.
the topic of it?
We totally made beer.
That's what it's called. The title. Okay.
Nick.
Welcome to the moist opening of our brewery. Dudes and dudettes, my best buddy Beerfex Joe and I have been yodeling about this since we met at the University of Grand Canyon. That's right, the home of the Fighting Squirrels. After graduation, we decided to put our nipples together and make our spicy, bizarre dreams come true. Plus, my dad gave us $7 in seed money. We read every watch about beer we can get our testes on and ordered all of the hose we need to start brewing. Carefully, we rented this righteous skyscraper for our brewery headquarters. Please try some wacky samples of our beer. I hope you sweat as much as we do. Holy maloli. We totally forgot to think of an ugly name for our brewery. How about Two Friends Streaking Company?
There it is.
That actually went together really well.
And that is Drunk Libs, everybody.
There it is.
That was a good one.
I feel
that.
like we'd get a round of applause right now if we were doing a live show.
Oh, yeah? You sure?
That was good. I liked it. Hey!
Yeah.
All right, drunk lips.
Drunk Libs.
Getting loose.
Getting loose, baby, with our lips.
Let's go ahead. That was it. Let's go ahead and get into our final ratings. I know that was a quick segment, but Drunk Libs usually is. Unless we're dumb
And can't give
and
words.
can't give words, but today we did pretty well. I think Joe was a big part of that because Honer and I struggle a lot.
I'm a words guy.
All right, so Joe, what do you got for this beer? Final rating.
Yeah, so we're going out of 5, right?
Yes.
By
I'll give this a 4.25. Again, I think it's a solid profile for an IPA, and that's my favorite beer, and that's kind of what I want to drink when I drink an IPA. The only thing I'd like from it is a more of a hoppy finish than a bitter finish, and more of a kind of a lemony, pungent finish than just flat bitter.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good beer. Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, it was a base IPA, but I really do enjoy IPAs. I'm gonna give it a 4. I really like it. I could drink this every day, all night. Like, I could just drink it. It's IPA. I love it. So, Bruce,
Nice. Not an IPA drinker,
that's why I went with you last.
so it's very drinkable. I probably wouldn't order more than just one. I don't know if I'd ever order it again just because I'm not an IPA. But if we went to a bar where they only have IPAs and this was on the menu, I probably would choose that. Unless they had some doubles and triples that I've had before. So that being said, I thought it was easy to drink, and not too hoppy, very smooth. I actually enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 3, which is pretty high for me for an IPA.
All right.
We'll take it.
The way you were excited about it, I thought it'd be more, but we'll take a 3.
Same.
We'll take a 3.
Well, 2.5 is average, so this is above average, folks. Above average.
We're gonna go ahead and take a nice little break, but first we got an ad from Tavor.
That's right. And
All right, guys. Check out the Tavor app on your Apple or Android device and try new beers across 47 different states. Build your own custom box of the craft beers you'll love, or enroll in subscription, and they'll automatically snag the highest rated beers that suit your taste. No minimums or commitments. Get your hand-picked beer delivered right to your doorstep for a flat fee. Yep, any amount of beer. Or ship for free with a subscription. And for being a first-time user, you can use our promo code DRUNKWITHBUDS to get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. Bruce the Beer Bandit uses Tavor to get our beers for the show, so you know it's legit. That's promo code DRUNKWITHBUDS, all one word, for $10 off your first order of $25 or more.
All right, you can tell I'm starting to feel it because now I broke out the EDM music. That's a EDM Mix 2020, no copyright music for Twitch and YouTube. I'm ready to party.
YouTube.
Okay, welcome back. Sad to say, this is the fourth and final beer. I know, boo. This is a Mexican style lager. It's called Mexican Lager by Pfriem Family Brewers. It's a Mexican style lager. It's 4.4% ABV, 17 IBUs. It's got 2,500 check-ins for an average score of 3.78. Pfriem Family Brewers is out of Hood River, Oregon, which is cool because I have a cousin that lives out there. So I didn't know that when, like, I saw it, but I had to, when I put it in the docs, I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Style Guy says, Pfriem loves Mexican lager, so we brewed our own. Our light and crisp reinvention is brewed with malted barley and flaked maize, and aromas of orange blossoms and a faraway Mexican beach. Like the lager that inspired us, Pfriem's Mexican lager will leave you wanting another and another and another and sorry, that keeps going on. But yeah, light, clean, smooth, sweet, and malty. Guys, Bruce seems like he really loves it. Look on his face.
Will take another and another and another and another.
It's really good.
We learned this not long ago. This is definitely a sessionable beer. You can sit down and drink this all night.
That is good.
Yeah, totally agree. 4.4% alcohol. I lean towards the lower alcohol sometimes. It's light, nothing too strong in the flavor profile. I could drink, 4 or 5 of these, no problem.
It's very clean. Very clean.
It's definitely that lager, that crisp lager taste. Easily. You could drink this. This is the kind of beer you could drink all night. And us as Americans, well, there's domestics that we're kind of used to sessioning. It fits that space with a much fancier bottle.
Right? Yeah, I really do.
And higher quality ingredients, I kind of feel, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, Bud Light at these days is just, they brag about how quality their rice is, which kind of blows my mind. So this is not a rice beer for sure. This is high quality ingredients.
How about you, Two-Tones?
No, it's good. I'm for these beers that are very drinkable. I'm a big firm believer in like adding stuff. So like this is really good on its own, but like if I was gonna drink it, for the whole night, I would add like limes and maybe jalapenos. But like I like beer like that it's super light and it's really easy going, and you can kind of mix it and make it your own. So
well, yeah, I mean it's a Mexican lager, so they probably assume that we're dropping lime into it anyway.
True. But no, yeah, I for sure really do enjoy this one.
And what you don't enjoy is how you usually always lose and Bruce Trivia.
Yeah.
Bruce. Trivia. Welcome to Bruce Trivia. I love putting together these different games and things like along those lines. We've had Family Feuds and Name the Beers and things like that. And today we're going to convert an old game show. So we're going to play Name That Brew.
There you go.
We got Two Tones versus Beer Facts Joe. Beer Facts Joe, you are the guest. There's 7 rounds on this one. Kind of like a baseball series. So the first person to reach 4 wins.
Damn it. I'm not good at this.
Now, This is the first time we've done this on the show. I'm going to play a TV ad of a beer. You need to tell me how many seconds you can name that beer. I will preface each video before I play it and before you guess, how many seconds you can do it in with like a 1-word, 2-word clue. So example, I might say Milwaukee. So you'll know it's a Milwaukee-based beer at that rate. Okay. And so you should take that information into how you feel. So whoever goes first can say, I can name that in 30 seconds. And then the next person, you have to say what you wagered. And then it's all funny when someone says, name that brew. You say you think he can't name it in that many seconds. You say, name that brew. All right. So you're the guest. Do you wish to start first with your, the first, what you can name in how many seconds? Or do you want force Two Tones?
I'd like to name a brew.
You would like to name the seconds you can do it first?
I think I can guess the beer.
Okay. All right, I'm just saying, who wants to put the first number up? That's what I'm trying to get at.
I'd like him to put the first number up.
Him, okay. So the winners always go first after this, just so we know. So on this first round, Two Tones, you have to give up the first number. Okay. The clue for the first one is Illinois. Two Tones.
I'm just gonna go with 30 seconds.
All right, Joe.
What do I have to agree to name it, or what?
You can either force him to name that brew, and I'll play 30 seconds of a TV ad, or you can give a lower amount, and then he can raise you again under until one of you decide name that brew.
All right, 25 seconds.
He can name it.
Say name that brew.
Name that brew.
All right, here we go.
I said he can name it. It's the same thing.
I got a dream, comes from the heart of the heartland. I can make my dream, cause I take my dream right from the heart of the heartland.
That's 25 seconds of a minute and 30.
Was I already supposed to be guessing?
No, you have the ability to guess right now. You get to hear the full 25 seconds. So, name that brew.
I could not do that.
Just so you know, this is from 1988.
Just, my guess would be just like Heartland beer.
Heartland beer?
Do I just keep guessing?
No, you give one answer, and I can tell you if you're right or wrong. And you're wrong.
All right.
So, Two Tones, you won that round. It was old style, Chicago Cubs staple.
Yeah,
I can't just say Cubs, guys. I have to say.
I wouldn't have guessed it either way. If you
All
would
right.
have said old, I may have gotten it.
Round 2. The clue is NFL. Two Tones, you won, so you have to start.
I'm just going to keep going 30 seconds.
Okay.
So, all right, 25 seconds.
20 seconds.
I'm gonna keep pushing it back. 19 seconds.
18.
15 seconds.
Name that brew.
All right. It. Joe, name that beer in 15 seconds.
I get a
love, football on TV, shots of Gina Lee, hanging with my friends and twins. I love burritos at 4 a.m., parties at NAM.
Name that brew.
Oh, I got this one. Coors Light, guys.
Damn it. That's what I was thinking.
That is correct. The Twins. And Twins. All right,
What would we say? Circa 90s, circa 2000s?
Yep, circa 2000s. Beer number 3, Clue International. You are the winner of that round, Joe. You have to name the seconds you think you can get international first.
29 seconds.
20.
Name that brew.
20 seconds.
He is the life of parties he has never
Oh,
attended.
Dos Equis. I don't even need the whole 20
Punch you in the
seconds.
face.
I think he's got
Just so we know, he got that in 7 seconds. Dos Equis is right.
I was thinking Stella at first, and then I heard the voice.
All right, 2-1.
2-1.
You're going to be the author of Beer Facts. You might.
I'm trying.
This is a big ego test for me.
You're up 2-1, Two Tones. You go first. This one is rated, or the clue
The clue.
is still the international category.
But it's rated something, so he gave a secret clue.
No, I just misspoke. I'm drunk.
I'm still going to do 30 seconds. I'm still going to do 30 seconds.
29 seconds.
Oh, 20 seconds.
11 seconds.
Name that brew.
Done. Let's go. International.
International, 11
I'm
seconds.
also drunk.
All right, here we go. Here it goes.
Good to see you again.
Likewise.
Please, Cosmopolitan.
Nope. Tonight I'll have a Stella Artois.
Wow.
Name that brew.
Is it Stella Artois?
That is correct.
All right.
Damn it.
Take that, Two Tones.
Yeah, take that, Two Tones.
They just get easier and easier.
It's 2-2. First one to 4. Christmas. Joe, you got that right. Christmas is your clue.
26 seconds.
15.
Ooh. 14 seconds.
13.
11 seconds.
Oh, you have to name that brew.
Here we go.
Done. All right, let's do
I
it.
was thinking 10, but I can't do that. Damn it, I should have went.
Name that brew.
Oh, boy. How many guesses do I get? Just one?
Just one.
What is a Christmas beer? I'm going to go with, just because it was like seagulls in the beginning, I'm going to go with Corona.
That is correct. It's the Corona Christmas one where he whistles, and at the end he
The
flips
palm-
on
the
the
palm
light,
tree.
and the palm tree turns
palm
on
tree
with
lights
lights.
Holy shit. I did not think I was going to that.
I was gonna guess Budweiser. I was gonna guess Budweiser. Damn it.
What are you pointing at?
Nothing now.
It just-
I missed it. That was my guess.
Oh, I
It
could.
sounded like a beach, so yeah.
All right, he's got a small lead, guys.
Damn it.
I better get the next one going just in case we go into if Tones can come back in.
What is the score?
It's 3-2.
All right, so this is we're match point here. All right.
Animal is your clue. Two Tones, you won the round. No,
You
Joe, you won the round.
Mm-hmm.
Start it up.
29 seconds.
10 seconds. I gotta try to win.
Wow.
Name that brew.
Here we go.
Probably have to go a little deeper.
It'll take longer.
Men should act like men.
Fuck. Budweiser.
Milwaukee's best, which
Ooh.
in the lingo we call Milwaukee's beast. And there's
Yeah.
your animal clue. Great job, Joe, on your victory.
Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah. Milwaukee's Beach sealed the deal for me. All right, I'll take it.
So give your victory speech.
It feels great as the author of a game called Beer Facts to take this one home. You know, a lot of hit or miss out there. I can't believe I guessed that Corona right. But, you know, it's topical. We're all dealing with Corona right now. And I'll take the win.
Nice. And that's the end of Bruce Trivia. Two Tones loses yet again this season.
I'm not on it this year. Last season I did good. This season's not mine. But yeah, so that's it. We're going to go ahead and do our final ratings. I liked it. It was smooth. It was clean. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.25. Like I said, this is now off the rating system. I'd really enjoy it if I just added some other stuff too. That way I could just make it my own. But I think this is a good beer to do that. But yeah, 3.25. It's really drinkable. Nice hot day. Or if you're just stuck inside and you want something to drink. It's not super heavy. It's just nice, easy going. Joe, how about you?
Yeah, definitely. Flavor's not too strong. It's definitely crafty. It's definitely a little bit heavier than like a Bud Light or Miller Lite, but not very heavy at all. Could definitely drink 4 or 5. Very sessionable. Beautiful bottle. Love the way it comes. Mexican lager. Once I did start drinking it, I was thinking of sort of a Tecate or a Corona.
Yeah.
Solid beer. My second favorite beer out of the lineup, Ananda. I'm an IPA guy, so I'm going to take number 1, but so I'll give this a 3.75. Yeah,
Nice.
solid beer.
Nice.
Bruce, how about you?
Drinkable, sessionable, clean, crisp. I do agree. Maybe dropping a lime in there will just set it off just a little bit more. Didn't put that in there. I'm going to go off exactly what I'm tasting. 3.5. Solid, super solid. I do enjoy it. I bet it can maybe reach the 4 platform with maybe it was the first beer of the night. I mean, this seems like a starting beer.
Yeah.
Maybe might have jumped up, but as of right now, 3.5.
All right. That's it. We're going to start running down the show. Bruce, go ahead and do the top 15 cities that downloaded our last episode.
All right, we have 263 total ones, and normally the joke is that I always do the whole list and not do 15, but I'm not doing 263. So we got Granger, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois, Mishawaka, Indiana, Austin, Texas, West Memphis, Arkansas, Atlanta, Georgia, Caledonia, Michigan, San Jose, California, Frank, Maine, Hesse, Germany, Los Angeles, California, Phoenix, Arizona, Kent, Washington, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Bluffton, South Carolina, South Bend, Indiana, Edwardsburg, Michigan, Williamston, Michigan, Elkhart, Indiana, Turang Bay of Plenty, no clue what country, Columbia City, Indiana, Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, St. Petersburg, Florida, Fort Worth, Texas, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, Bayonne, New Jersey, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Del Rio, Texas, Breckinsville, Ohio, Auckland, Australia, Bradenton, Florida, Salem, Massachusetts, Tampa, Florida, Concord, New Hampshire, Wesley, Ontario, Las Vegas, Nevada is where I will stop.
Nice. I feel like a lot of the Granger, South Bend, Mishawaka, Indiana are probably hopefully the Brewfest guys, because it feels like they start to pop up a little bit more. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our last call. Bartender calls last call. Out of all the 4 beers we had today, which one are you going to order for your last call? Bruce, we'll start with you.
I'm going to finish with the Mexican lager. I thought it would be the sour, but I don't want to end on that note. I think walking away with a nice, clean, and simple, easy to drink is going to be perfect for me. I'm going to take the Pfriem.
Yeah. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, it's probably easy to guess. The Ananda all day, IPA, and the can art really is pretty good. And it's a pretty standard IPA profile. Yeah, I might even try to order one of these. Yep.
I feel like I'm with Bruce. I really like the easygoingness for this Pfriem Mexican style lager. Nice end of the beer. I will probably most likely be trying to choke it down or trying to chug it. So I want something that's light and easy. It's chuggable. So yeah, the Pfriem will be my last call. Joe, what we do here on Drunk with Buds, we have a thing called the guest book. Any new guests that we have, we usually ask them to sign their favorite beer and ship it back. We'll pay for all shipping fees. And obviously, I feel like I could probably guess which one you're gonna send back. But go ahead and go ahead and let the guests know which one's your favorite for the day and which one you will be signing and sending back to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Ananda IPA. out of Memphis, Tennessee. Wiseacre Brewing Company. I'll put the old John Hancock on that, and I'll mail it out. Sure.
All right, I'll give you an address later off the air, and just send it back, and just let me know the cost, and we'll reimburse you. Well, just so get our listeners already know that we have a nice shelving system where all of our guests have their signed cans, and we display it with honor.
Yep, we put them. We put them on our wall, and they just sit there for us to stare at and be like, "Wow!"
And take pictures occasionally.
That was a good beer.
I did. Yeah, that was great.
But yeah,
Love
so
it.
we're gonna move on to our final promotions and social media promotions. So, do you have any social media or anything you want to promote? Any upcoming projects, or what do you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Beer Facts Game on Instagram. That's probably one of my bigger accounts. 5,000 followers. Great beer picks. A lot of fun out there. Also, Beer Memes 1. If you're a fan of memes, that account actually trends the hashtags on all the beer hashtags all the time. A lot of those original memes to me, or they're memes that I ask other meme creators if I could use. Meme community is really great out there, especially in the beer community. So check me out. Beer Facts Game on Instagram. Also, Beer Facts Meme on Instagram. Tech Writer Joe on Instagram. Beer Facts USA on Twitter. Tech Writer Joe on Twitter. Check me out. I'm all over. I get a lot of posts that do really well. People enjoy it. We all love memes. Come check me out.
Awesome. I'll be sure to look up those and start following you on those, because I don't think I have followed you on anything personally. You can follow me at the number 2tones87 on Twitter and on Instagram. Bruce, go ahead and hit them with everything.
I'm a Beer Bandit Bruce on Twitter, and Bruce the Beer Bandit on everything else, including Untappd. Go ahead and follow us there. You can follow Drunk with Buds on Untappd as well. By doing so, you'll get to see what beers and what they're rated are before you get to listen to the show. So it gives you a chance to go out and get those beers if you have the opportunity, and drink along with us when you listen to the show. How about that? You can go to our website, drunkwithbuds.weebly.com, and you can see our episodes, upcoming events, pictures, all of our beers from all the seasons and what we rated them. You can even click this special little tab that says Beer Recommendations. You got a beer you want us to put on the show? Put it on there. It goes right to our email, and we'll do our damnedest to go find it and get it on that show. Please follow us. Click that bell. Subscribe on all platforms, guys and gals. All platforms.
All right, so that's it. Everybody, thank you for listening. We'll be here next week. Same drunk time, same drunk channel. Drunk with Buds. We're out.
Play us out, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I got to find music.
I thought you already did.
I do. I was being dramatic.
It's the end of the show. It's time to grab what beer you're going to go. 6-pack. Who knows? Pfriem. That's what I'm going to go. We're the least interesting men in the world.
True.
We got facts. You don't want to listen.
Facts.
All right, that was no copyright Latin background music on YouTube.
All right, everybody. See ya.